Let's see, I have stuff all over the place. As I'm getting ready to do this live, I didn't even think about this. Hey guys, you know what? This is the first time that I'm coming on live here, and it was because I'm really talking about getting out of my comfort zone. I had this aha moment yesterday. Um, gosh, all my stuff from my walk and everything is labeled over here. So, for those of you who are meeting me for the first time, my name is Danya, and I like to go by Doing the Most with Danya. What I love sharing and helping and sharing and showing other people is just there's different options and choices that you can have better health. You can have more potential income, if you will, be able to leverage your time and gain knowledge so that you can grow and be the person that you want to become. So you can have this lifestyle of freedom that you choose or you want for yourself. Just know that it's possible. It's just you making a difference, you making different choices, and looking at the opportunities that are available and out there for you. Okay. So, again, this is my first time that I'm doing a live here on YouTube, and everything is a little bit different here. And I didn't realize my office is going to look like that. Maybe I'll change it. Like, I don't know. Anyway, okay, I'm real. How about that? So, as I mentioned, today's my first day on this platform, so I'm just going to be looking over here. I do have the chat on just in case if that does show up. We'll love to be able to interact. It's so much easier to do it this way. I have done lives on other platforms, and so, like I said, this is something out of my comfort zone. But you know what? That's how we all learn and grow. So I appreciate you guys tuning in and being a part of this new journey for me. So what I want to talk about today is, and it's probably here in the platform here. If you had no limitations on your lifestyle and what you want that to look like, if you could wave a magic wand, do you know what that would look like? Or what would change? What would your life actually look like if you could make changes on that? Okay. Have you had that for yourself? Can you answer that for yourself? Well, today I started as I'm walking. I'm doing this American Heart Association walk. It's a 62-mile your way campaign. And that actually started when I looked at it and signed up for it in February because I wanted to get back into walking, getting off the winter weight and just starting to feel better and getting outside. Now that it's a little bit lighter in the morning and we don't have to worry about the coyotes so early and it's cold and dark here in Phoenix. So anyway, that was my challenge and my wake up call to go ahead and get back on this exercise journey. I'd already started with power strength training twice a week, but I needed to get this aerobic exercise in. So long story short, was doing my walk this morning and listening to a new Audible book. It's called No Excuses by Brian Tracy. Now I'm just into the third chapter and it is pretty good, but I'm bringing all this around because it kind of talks about what it is that I want to share today. So when I got back from my walk, my son, as he was leaving the door, he just asked me this random question. He said, "Mom, how do you stay so consistent in your day to day?" Now, I love that. My son he'll be 26, 27 this year, and he's asking me this question. And it's, of course, I'm going to put my mom hat on and also my business and also a professional hat on because I believe he was asking about my day to day since I'm an entrepreneur and you have to have some structure in your life, right? It's just not willy nilly. Okay. So I told him, you know what? It's about having my own routine. Since I'm my own entrepreneur, an entrepreneur, I earn my own income. I have to make sure that things are lined up, right? That things are lined up and going to be ready to be able to start my day and what my goals are and what I want to actually achieve in that. So I told him I have a routine, a daily method of operations that I do for health, starting off in the morning, as well as income producing activities, developing personal care and for myself, and then being able to have the time to be able to do some things that I want to do personally and navigate my schedule. Okay, outside of having a job, that's what I love, this luxury of being able to navigate my own schedule. So, answer that question for him a little bit more in conversation, and we're going to talk a little bit more later on this afternoon when he comes back from his workout. But I just thought that was really cool because number one, hey, you know what? Our kids are always watching us. So never, ever don't believe that what your actions and what you're doing, they are still watching you. Okay. And it definitely can make a difference on that. But I want to ask you, and in Brian Tracy's book, when we're, like I said, I just read the first three chapters, but he came out with four really good, interesting points. that if you had no limitations and you could wave this magic wand around, what does your life look like and what would you actually do? And so I'm going to pose that to you and just give you that for an aha moment. And that's what I love doing, having and throwing things out there to have you look at it in a different perspective with regards to your personal journey. Now, I mentioned I love affecting people in the four currencies that we have in our life, which is having health is a currency, right? Having income or wealth, because our health and our wealth is, important, as well as being able to leverage our time and being able to gain the knowledge and learn more so that you can have more to be able to do more, whatever that is for you. So think about those things, particularly in your life, in which these four questions can actually help you. Okay, so the first one is obviously defining it, right? So if you're, and I'm just going to choose health because I'm on this campaign. So for myself, I'm going to ask. So if you choose health, to have better health, what does that look like for you? Okay. One of the things that I am very passionate about doing is talking and dreaming and manifesting because when you put it out there, it actually is reflected back at you. So if you're putting out there that you're wanting to have better health, good health, the answers will come back to you if that is something seriously that you're looking at. So number one is describe what does that or think about what that looks like. And then what does it feel like? That's the second thing. What does it feel like to be in that space? Okay. What is it like if you say, I want to have better health? What is that like 30 days, 60 days, 90 days from now? Heck, it's the summer coming up, and maybe you want to fit into, some special clothes or that, swimsuit, what have you. What does that feel like, and how do you feel that? And put yourself right in there. And then, I mean, even think about what is it, and I'm just saying for health, what is it that you weigh? Because that's a tangible number. If we look at where we're starting now and where we want to get to, that's a goal. And that gives you something that's measurable, right? So think about that feeling and how much you actually weigh and all the pieces that go with it for overall exercise, getting eating right, stopping the snacking, if you will, taking the supplements so that you're making sure that you're nourishing your body so that when you're exercising, you're replenishing those cells and your whole body and just feeling better and right? And looking good. Okay. And then the last thing, the fourth point is what is it that you can do right now to start making that difference? So if you're putting it out there, you're asking yourself that question, you can actually go and get it. Okay, it's going to be reflected back, but this is only if you're really serious about making those choices. Now, one of the thing that Brian Tracy said, and then I also mentioned with my son when he was asking about how do I stay consistent, is the discipline behind it, right? The discipline that's going to get you to do the things each and every day, even if you don't want to do it. There's many times. It was probably about 2 weeks ago when I first started walking, it was really cold outside. And then the next day I started, with this feeling sick and everything, but, was nursing myself back. Didn't feel like doing it. But you know what? What we can do is dress up, warm up, be proactive into doing that and making sure that we're, moving forward and covering up. So I'm saying all that to say is just being disciplined and knowing that if you allow yourself to go ahead and take a break, how long before it becomes a habit and then we're back in that same thing? So it's about the discipline. So if you're asking yourself these four questions about any area that I just mentioned, what is it that you can actually do right now, starting with one step and then gaining the next step and the next step? Because it's those little things that's going to add up. It's that slight edge that's going to add up, that's going to make the difference and be the difference in the end. And that's between doing something now and looking at it and manifesting it to oops, and manifesting it to show up for you because you are already in that space. Okay? All right. So let's just go ahead and get out the comfort zone. Ask yourself those questions, especially if you're wanting to have better health. You want to have more income potential. You want to be able to leverage your time and you want to be able to grow in the knowledge to get you there so that you can be the person to be able to receive all of the great things that's going to happen. Gosh, bumping everything here. All right. So you know what? Like I said, this is my first live here on YouTube. Just wanted to check it out. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here, and would love to be able to make this another new place to have great discussions and chats and to give you aha moments that's going to have you look at things in a different perspective so that it can make have you have choices and know that you have options that's available out there for you. All you have to do is get out of your comfort zone and just take that first step. Okay. Just like I'm doing right now. Okay. Well, I appreciate you. I'm going to go ahead and sign off here, and I will see you guys. I am usually on here Monday through Friday, and I say that's because when I do my live, and I definitely want to tie this into that. So I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Take care. Be blessed. You're on with Doing the Most with Tanya. Bye.